There we go. Now we're live.
Happy Friday.
That's the mystery box where nobody ever knows if we're live or not.
Huh?
Nobody, because he'll say we're going live in 3, 5, 7, and then the gimmick plays. And so so like Michelle never knows when we're live.
I see. Just watch down to the countdown. It comes in, and you'll know. It's like it's like an 8-second lead in.
And now he did like a thing yesterday. It was like now it flashes to white.
See, now I think we need to cut or change or do something, because now when I'm going through my feed, I see that all the time. It looks like it's the same video. And it's not the same video.
Yeah.
So I think about how we do the lead in. I love the lead in, because it shows a lot of like, here, this is what we're doing every day.
Well, and maybe we could do the lead in like on post production. Like if we
just put it out when we go. Yeah, so the live doesn't have the lead in.
So the live, and unfortunately in today's world, everything on the algorithm revolves around the live. And so you're right. It's like people would scroll past it thinking like, oh, it's the same.
It's the same. I've seen this before.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, God, they post the same.
It's the same thing I tell people when their house is sitting on the market, and people are scrolling through MLS, and they're looking at your exterior front.
Change it up,
because they'll dismiss it, and they won't even know why. They'll be like, I just know that I said no to that.
Yes.
They don't want to go through again and be like, I said no because it doesn't have the master bedroom's up or something.
And then I'd always I would like, most agents would never do this just because they'd be mortified, but I'd be like, hey, put that powder room that's in the back that is like so nondescript, put that as the lead photo, and to see how many clicks you get.
Interesting. Yeah, I'd be terrified for that. I mean, because the seller would be up in arms. Nobody's willing to be the guinea pig because it's their baby.
It's so counterintuitive that the idea of that you would do something that would be technically not in your best interest. However, I can't tell you how many times I've clicked on something where I'm like, that looks like the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And it often is. But they still got me, and they still got me for their, even if it's a vanity metric, they still got me.
Yeah. Well, I always tell them, like, I say, give your best 5 photos. One of those 5 has to be an exterior front of some sort, or they think you're totally hiding it.
Yes.
Right? So it doesn't have to be like the whole.
What's wrong?
Yeah, for sure. So like it's red flag. But give me your best 5 followed up with a floor plan at photo number 6. So like all they see is pretty, and then the floor plan changes their brain and says, okay, they go from like this aesthetic, like how does it look,
the feeling,
to does it logistically work for me? Right now we're doing math.
Yeah.
And so by then we've stopped you, and now I can save, send, whatever. Everything else is just reinforcing what you've already decided in those first 6 photos. And so our brain works most of the time on most things with the way we make decisions. So that's why I tell people. And to be honest, like if you're, I took like 70 photos last night or something big, like 5,000 square foot house on 7 acres, lots of stuff. And I'm kind of telling the agent, like, you really need maybe 20 of these.
Yeah, this is overkill.
Yeah, like you get a nice twilight, a nice like to ambiance of like all the outdoor space, show the space, and then like kitchen shot, living room, master. Like that's it. Get people here.
Yes.
Especially at certain price points. People are looking for reasons not to waste their time.
Yeah. Oh, and that's the thing too. Like even going back to the days of the used car salesman thing that we were taught at Guitar Center. It's like whatever you called and asked about, we got that.
Yeah, we got that here. Come on and get them in the store.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You don't get to do your job unless we do our job well. Right.
Yeah. And if I'm on the phone, my job is to get you in front of me here on the floor.
Exactly. Precisely. Yeah. Never swiped a credit card over the phone.
Exactly. And so there's a lot of that in pretty much everything I do, where I'm like, okay, how do we make this where it's visibility now that pays off later? And we were just talking beforehand that the new revelatory gimmick of the mobile podcast set, where that's already paid dividends, and we've already got another thing lined up in November that haven't even figured out all the moving parts for us specifically. I mean, like, shit, the neon hasn't even got here yet. But I'm looking forward to, sent the text out this morning, like, hopefully we will debut that next month also at Far North if they don't have somebody already booked.
Yeah. That would be cool. So come in. That is Far North Dallas area realtor meeting. We're trying to squeeze in there so we can show you what we're doing. I think it's the third Tuesday. It would have been whatever this Tuesday was.
Yeah, there you go.
So the third Tuesday.
Or this Tuesday coming up.
Okay, we'll announce it on this podcast when it's time. But once you stop by, it's already really well attended. So,
and we're trying to do a little bit of a value add. So, like the idea here would be, so we've got Ashley, Teresa, Michelle, Lacey, and Courtney all doing the Disrupt Her event at Metrotex on December 1st, and it's like, okay, wouldn't that be cool if, as a last stop on their promotional thing, we kind of reinvent the wheel there on location and get everybody interview style, but also to give the tips and tricks, because They're all people that do it for real.
Yeah, it's essentially a panel of social media and podcast experts.
Yeah,
like
Lacey, a live
Lacey,
demo.
Yeah, and Lacey and Courtney have a huge. I mean, I would love to just be able to pick both of their brains on like what their day-to-day process looks like for a lot of their stuff, and,
which then dovetails into what they're doing at the event.
Yeah, exactly.
And so then yesterday, like speaking of, so I had I finally got Ashley on the hook to do a show on Thursdays, and so we debuted that yesterday because part of the thing is we have all these friends, colleagues, associates, or whatever that are incredibly talented.
Yes,
and the highest and best use of their skill set isn't necessarily what they're doing right now. Mm-hmm. And so, having talked about it, I don't know, 1,500 times, where she's great at emceeing, she's great at presenting, she's great as just the loose cannon in the podcast universe. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, well, why don't we just do that on purpose? Mm-hmm. Like, instead of that being basically a situational highlight here and there, like, let's lean into that.
Yeah.
And then the two of us together, it's hell with the lid off as far as
you guys are great. So I was just going to say, last night I was watching Back and Forth. You've cut a little short form clip, and what was her quote? She's like, I'm no longer willing to accept less than what I deserve, period.
Yes.
And I was like, holy shit, Ashley.
Oh, dude, yes.
Like sometimes I just love watching her talk and like how her brain works.
And there were a handful of times yesterday where she said something. I'm like, dude, I'm like, solid gold. And like the thing with me and so she and Michelle work perfectly together because it's like Abbott and Costello, and like they kind of feed off of each other's differentiating points.
Yeah.
Versus like I'm just a catalyst and a force multiplier for her ridiculousness. And so like if you'd ever see us after Michelle and Ashley go live, it's usually us dogpiling on Michelle in some way that makes her profoundly uncomfortable. They're like, oh, you can't say that or whatever. Which of course for folks like us is like, oh, well, now you called down the thunder. It's like, oh, now you made it obvious that that makes you uncomfortable. So like,
you're gonna pile on some more. Now we're gonna ratchet it up a little bit.
Yeah, now we turn to 11. But the best part about her too is in her humility and willingness to be. She's like, I'll be the test case. I'll be patient zero. I'm down, because it was like, okay, well, what can we do, and what can we do where is it possible to accentuate personality and actually create content and document the process as it's happening. And so she said yes. So
she's on the hook.
Yeah. So she's on the hook. And then it's just a lot of fun. And so I automatically, started, and then of course we got Austin dialing everything in, which is amazing. So like the footage yesterday, and like we were obsessing earlier about the table and like the shit this morning, and it's like, I think, so we've even got shims under the camera.
Oh, nice.
Like, yeah. Now y'all have like got me obsessed over stuff. And but there again, like Austin laughed a bunch of times yesterday with me whenever Ashley and I were going. So it's like I never know if he's paying attention. You know what I mean? It's like, because it's like I'd be like, whatever, these jagoffs are just blathering or whatever.
That's
but he was paying attention, dialed in, and so we got that going for us. So that now, I know Anna is moving to Tuesday mornings. So
okay.
Anna, she came in. Whatever day it was.
And then the Unpredictable podcast? Is that also Tuesday morning?
No, that'll say Fridays.
That's still Fridays.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Christy is sick today, so there's no Unpredictable today. So predictably unpredictable. There is no. Yeah, there is
exactly.
no.
On brand.
Yes, on brand. There is no Unpredictable show today. But now we're at a place where like we'll have 5 things during the week, and then we'll just try to stack on from there. But the operating thesis on that is, I'm starting to do feeds or accounts for each show, because I'm just curious, like, to see what happens. And then one of the things in the,
when you say accounts, you mean like
Instagram,
so
there's now a Fired Up Friday Instagram. There's now there's a Winning Women's Wednesday Instagram. There is unemployable Instagram, because that was the other thing where we were riffing on that, and we'd been joking about being unemployable for so long that then it's like, wait a minute, that's actually factually true. And having come from a corporate background where you go, I said yesterday, it's like you go to a place, you do a thing, and they give you a check. and then you have to fit in the parameters where that's acceptable. And like at City, I would work from 7 to 4 because I like to be out of there. And it's like I'm shot out of a cannon at 5 a.m. anyhow most days, but you had to log in and be there, and then everything was recorded, and especially at that time,
in your industry too.
Yes, and at that point in time, they were in so much trouble with the government. It was like everything was under the microscope, but. Now I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't go back to that. I don't think I could. I mean, I could if I had to, if it was like, okay, starve or do that. But my life is so different now. And the thing is, it's like, it's a roller coaster. You know, we were talking earlier about just the fickle nature of this business. And it's like, oh, there's this thing. Oh, no, there's not. You know, and we're going to do this. Oh, no, we're not. And it's like, my life was so categorically different before that. Now I just kind of suit up and show up, see what happens. Yeah. And nothing's life or death. But so I'm doing all those accounts because I'm always curious, and I've always looked at those people where they have several accounts that now they're commenting to themselves.
Oh, like Corey, Corey's got like 97.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah. And it's like one of these days I'm gonna have to give him just give me a printout, just to like, okay, what is it exactly? Because it's like he's on it though, because like Ace Frehley. Rest in peace, Space Ace, icon of my youth for sure. Like, dude, 9 years old, I was a combat ready.
I don't know Ace Frehley.
Kiss guitar player.
Oh no, okay. That makes pardon. Yes, but I know Kiss. I just couldn't tell you.
Oh yes, of course.
Besides Gene Simmons,
that's a generational thing for sure. Well, and Ace and Peter were fired in the late 70s, early 80s.
Gotcha.
But like 9 years old, I was a combat ready Kiss Army member for sure.
Did you ever dress up with like for Halloween, like Kiss face paint?
I want to say I had back in the day. You would have the Ben Cooper company that had the mask with just the cutout eyes, and then they would always bum me out as a little kid though, because like whoever was in their design department was just like they were mailing it in, bro. You instead of like doing the costume like it was like with the whatever puffy gimmicks or whatever, they would do like a stenciled thing where it was approximated to that, but it would be like an apron, and then it would have like some logo on it, and it's like, this is bullshit.
Oh yeah. You really need somebody to go out. We're doing like a haunted clown Halloween type, like a haunted circus Halloween at our house, and so I was like, oh, what about Kiss makeup? I bet they have like a
every year on November 11th, I will repost. It's the only acknowledgement that I give to being in sobriety in public, just because in my opinion and the way I was kind of brought up in that world, it's like, don't advertise that just in case you shit the bed and now you're a bad example. And let's not do that. Okay. However, I do I have one concession that I make every year on November 11th because 1995, the NFC Championship game, Cowboys-Packers, me and my buddy Stuart from Guitar Center, my big Australian buddy who I got him into American football, and we bought tickets, which were probably $300 and $1995 for the NFC title game. Of course, the last time that the Cowboys ever went to and won the Super Bowl. And we actually sat in the visitor side, and it was a really good game from the standpoint of, in hindsight, because they won, it was a really good game. Now, if they lost, it would have been like devastating. But we did Kiss makeup. So, but Cowboys colors.
Kiss makeup.
So I was Paul Stanley, so I had the blue star, which on brand, and then he was Peter Criss, the Catman drummer. Yeah. And so that was my last time in Kiss outfit, but so that'll make its rounds again on November 11th.
Okay, wait, is this like your last? You said you're not a sobriety. Like, is that one of the last times you were?
Oh no, that was 95. No, I still had another almost 10 years to go of pinballing. But the reason that I do that is because we both worked at Brooke Mays Music at the time, and Stuart had never seen me like way out in orbit, like circling the drain. And he physically forced me to go to rehab. Like, he actually came to my house, grabbed me. And this was after a Cowboy, the Halloween game of 2004, Bernie Kosar's best game as a Cowboy. And let's just say that I made an impression. Yes.
You will be remembered.
Yeah, but we were in the corporate box.
Okay.
And so I made an impression, and then I disappeared. because when you get hammered drunk and you disappear on the concourse and you can't remember where the seats are, you naturally call a taxi.
Yeah, you're just gone.
Yeah, okay. you just disappear. This was in the days before cell phones, so I wake up, my answering machine is full. I have no recollection of what happened.
So I feel like, where's Rick? And like everybody's looking for Rick.
Oh yeah,
Rick. Okay.
Gonzo. Yeah. Yes. Meanwhile, I'm on Inwood with the taxi driver getting a 30-pack and
I gotta get beer before I get home.
Going home to watch the game.
Couldn't find my seat.
Yeah, exactly. It's like makes total sense to me. So that was my last real adventure. And then Stuart, within 2 or 3 days after I painted myself into a corner, he physically took me and forced me to go to Green Oaks for the umpteenth time. And so, as a tribute to him.
So on November 11th, do you post like a picture of you in this?
The memory comes up.
Okay.
Yeah, probably going back to 2015.
Is it a picture of you
it's me and
Kiss
Stuart.
makeup?
Yeah, it's me and Stuart.
Thank God. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to have to dig through a year of your content. That'll take me a day. But right. I will wait and look for that November 11th.
Now you'll know it when you see it.
Yeah.
But yes, so that was... Anyhow, so the reason I said that is like Corey was already doing like his AI avatar doing like a news report delivery on Ace Frehley's death. And I'm like, holy shit, he is on it.
Yeah.
And it's impressive. Now that would make me insane. Even now, just trying to get the accounts all lined up so that then the VAs can cross-pollinate.
Yeah.
Because there I'm curious as to, because like this morning I looked at our YouTube channel. It's like, okay, we get like anywhere between 10 and 20,000 views a month. And it's like, I don't even know what they're posting, from the standpoint of like, I know what.
Zero strategy.
Right. Yes, exactly. And so like there, it's like, okay, now we're going to dial that in a little bit more and start cross-pollinating, because one of the things is, this all dovetails into what I have here, which is
kind of an eye chart for probably anybody watching.
Yes. So, but, this is a plugin that on Google Chrome will actually look at your Google My Business profile.
It's like an SEO audit type of thing.
And it's a total scrutinization of everything there. And so Andrea and Tad from Dallas Preston Road, they're like, okay, we want to have AI recognize us, and we want to have AI all the things as far as visibility. And that was the thing with you.
I want the robot to talk good about me.
Yes, exactly. Yes. I want the robot to be my friend and and refer me.
Refer me, yeah.
Yes. And so the first thing up on the robot is what's their cross-pollinating as far as the internet is concerned. And it's like theirs isn't bad, but it's the standard operating procedure where like somebody somewhere sometime actually put all this together. Don't remember who, don't remember when, and don't remember who actually has access. So right now we're reverse engineering, like the
resetting
the
passwords.
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
the Enigma machine. Okay, wait, what's the code? I don't know. But the idea being that this is everything that also the things that Google looks for as far as like your Bing profile. Like, okay, I didn't know that Google after around Bing or whatever. It's like, okay, that's cool, because what I'm looking to do, and again, they're sort of like the test case and the patient zero of what does it look like when we bring all of that together. And by extension, I'm doing that with all of our stuff as well, where it's like, okay, what if there are 5 different accounts, but all roads lead to Rome, and everything is stacked on top of each other with the intention of, so like right now, all of our accounts and all of the channels and all that stuff have, just shitloads of content. And it's like, okay, so now we have the volume, which is, essentially proof of concept. But then, okay, how do we now dial that in and make them see each other, talk to each other, etc. So that's that's like my weekend project.
Yep.
And so then I used, thanks again to Keller Williams and their AI class, we've got the action plan.
Oh, nice.
Based on, so I download the scrutinized version of the Google report, and then I run that through Notion, and it's like, give me an action plan based on this batch of findings from the Google SEO, Google My Business, etc. Because, I'm like, when I pull it up, I'm like, oh shit, you guys got 23, 5-star reviews. It's like, okay, now let's add reviews to the thing. And so that's next on the list of stuff to do for here. I'm going to get one of those little placard gimmicks.
Yeah, like QR code.
Yeah,
and get
exactly.
the Google review.
Yeah. So then everybody that comes in, we're like, oh, hey, dude, give us a review. Hey, give us a review. Because like there, I'm just trying to be intentional.
Yeah.
And
I had a time where I tried to get Rebecca to go out and do like herding cats and being like, hey, we need reviews. Like this is the thing.
Well, and I'm curious, is it? Oh, what's your opinion? Is this ethical if you go like, hey, like we'll give you $50 off on your next deal?
Like I don't want to buy.
This is America. That's why I ask.
I don't want to buy reviews I want to genuinely the people because I want to attract the ecosystem of the people I want to attract, right?
Yes,
like
of course.
I don't want everybody to write me a good review because I don't like everybody's friends. Like, and I don't want them.
Yeah.
So I because I've always been kind of boutique-y in my approach, I want the right people to write me reviews because I want their spheres of influence to be the ones that
kind of like
come to me.
Whenever we're kind of going top down now. So like now we're at the interesting nexus of boutique and scale. And it's like, okay, how to retain the best aspects of both. Which is of course the $64 million question. And some of it is just you have to, basically like blunt force trauma where it's like, okay, we're going to go to the next level here. And then, but I think it mostly comes down to people like having the ability to have questions answered and people feeling heard along the way. And then no surprises, cause like we had like the back and forth last night in the WhatsApp.
Yeah. We don't have to go into big detail on that.
Right.
Some back end things we just won't dig too deep into.
But like there, it's just like one of those things like, okay, yeah, this cannot, that's not the bit, like that isn't the business model, And like, then it's like we'll figure out the rest. All I know right now is like, that's not the business model.
Yeah.
And those are like the growing pains and everything. But it all comes down to personnel. And we got a bunch of stuff working in the background that, as that ramps up, it literally is going to be the people that matter and having the people to plug it all in. And boy, that's the learning curve.
$64 million question or whatever you say. Yeah.
And so it's now, okay, we've got tons of proof of concept. We've got tons of content. Now the tools and the means to actually like make that all mean something is the next unlock. And I'm like, I already know what I'm going to be doing all weekend. But like the funny thing is I actually get energized by that.
Oh yeah.
And like with this, so like Andrea and Tad are driving to Arkansas to see their daughter or to take her back to college or whatever. And he's like, well, are you free around like 11 or 11:30? I'm like, he goes, we'll be on the road for 5 hours. And I'm like, oh, captive audience. We're doing this.
All right.
And I sent them the PDF of the audit. And then it's really just a matter of like, okay, who has the password? Who had the password? Who has the account that's on the thing? Let's get that all set up and then put me in there as a manager or an admin or whatever Google calls it. So then I can go down the rabbit hole because like there are strategies to be like, okay, post this over here, then post it on Google My Business. So the same thing shows up in the crawl as far as Google scrubbing the universe or whatever. Well then, okay, then let's make AI see the same thing. And so that's the next item up for bids on The Price is Right.
Yeah.
And I think that catches like anything else this week that was noteworthy.
Let's see. My grandmother turned 95 years old. And today, I would be crazy if I didn't shout it out. Happy birthday to my mother who turned, it is her 50th anniversary of her 20th birthday.
Holy mackerel. Okay.
So,
all right. There you go.
So happy birthday, Mom.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Mom.
Those were big things in my world.
My grandmother made it to 94.
94. I at some point, I think you just start falling apart, and it's just like I'm ready to do like. I had a great life, and she has had.
That's the thing. Yeah, like Grandma Anime she had she did it right.
Yeah. So 94. I don't know.
No matter how hard she tried,
I don't think I'm making it to 95.
Oh my God,
that's
this is a hard 57 already, dude. I mean, like, bro.
Yeah, congrats. What else? We're in Q4. Before we jump off, I was like, man, we're doing Fired Up Friday today. So I was this morning getting ready, and I was like, what do we need to talk about? And I was going through like ChatGPT with like some ideas, and they kept coming back with the same thing. It's basically like it's Q4. It's easy to get some version of, if you're not coasting, if you're not climbing, you're coasting or failing. Like if you're not growing, you're shrinking, yep. Right? So I just realized that a lot of our agents, this time of year is the slower time of year. So just a reminder that it's not the time to take time off.
Yeah, unless you have just like so much cash in the bank.
Yeah,
if you don't care.
If you've got referrals coming in everywhere else, left, right, and from sideways, maybe not. But start thinking about your content creation strategy. We talked about on previous episodes the 10 Ds, the major things that make people make buying decisions: death,
what's great is that becomes like an excellent audience participation thing at the events, because it's like the 10 Ds. It's like, oh, shout them out.
Yeah, I'll shout them out. They're like, no. I was like, okay, so how many of you guys have a piece of content that addresses that?
None.
When somebody approaches you that's going through like a friend of yours that's going through a divorce, like, do you have a playbook to help them through that, or do we have a video to capture those people?
No. And the answer's no.
The answer's no. The answer's for most people no. And this is the time to start creating that evergreen content. Like, there's no reason not to. Second thing, I said I shot a big house like on acreage yesterday.
Yeah.
I could tell it was very green. There's big canopies, lots of big trees. I could tell that we're getting into fall. You got about 3 weeks to have good leaves, good exteriors, good leaves on the trees. So if you're having any conversations with your potential sellers, think about having that done first, even when they're trying to get the inside of the house ready. We want those exterior fronts to be good. Those are the only two things that were like on top of my mind.
Right on.
Or was on top of ChatGPT's mind that I regurgitate to you guys.
That you borrowed.
That I borrowed.
No, everything else is just kind of like moving right along. Mm-hmm. Lots of...
I'm leaving for Vegas tomorrow morning.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So I will not be here Monday. I think I told you last Monday.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But I'm coming back. I will come back sometime on Monday, but we try to catch the early flight. I think there's like a 7 a.m. flight. Mm-hmm. And since we're non-rev, and since there's a major music festival in Vegas...
Oh.
My guess is we're going to roll to a few flights before, like usually I'll get a seat and then Kat will like get on a jump seat.
Yeah.
Because she can jump seat.
Sit in the galley or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we'll try to get home that way, but I was just letting you know.
Right
we'll go into like my version of like my high school nostalgia, like punk rock festival.
Okay.
So like it's like Blink 182 is like the headliner, right? And then we've got like all these like little smaller bands that are there. So it's like my high school like emo punk pop.
All right,
whatever.
There we go.
So essentially, if like I don't know, what's your AC/DC?
Like so for me,
Van Halen.
Yeah, it would be like the Van Halens, Motley Crue's, Aerosmith.
Right. So like,
Metallica.
I get to see, and they're all much older. Like I've been looking up the bands now and like the new pictures of them. So it's going to be interesting to see how they like sound. And now that they're like happy with kids and stuff, they don't have like the angst.
Oh yeah, there's none of that left. Yeah. And that's the same thing with it's like. I was talking to one of my buddies last night where we were going through because Rush is going back out on tour.
Really?
With the female drummer.
I know somebody that's going to be upset because they thought they went to like all these Rush concerts that was supposed to be the final tour for them.
And so like for me, he was like, "Oh man," he goes, "I guess I'm going to go, but like tickets are like $350 or whatever." And it's like, okay, I would need to see the set list because I'm so jaded by that, and I have the perfect farewell to concert going. It was the Van Halen 2007 reunion tour, David Lee Roth, Reunion Arena. We were in the suite, and it was Eddie Van Halen's birthday, and it was like, I was like, you know what? Everything has come full circle.
So you're not going to go to the next Taylor Swift concert?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'll wait with concerts.
Yeah, I'll wait for the streaming era.
They are going to release on Disney Plus. They're going to release a like a behind the scenes thing. My wife came home and she's like, "Ah!" And I was like, "What's going on?" She's like, "Disney Plus. They're going to release a Taylor Swift."
Okay, that's
concert
awesome.
thing. The girl knows how to make money. She sold a. Now her merch is like ridiculously expensive. Like a hairbrush that's like a $5 hairbrush is like $45, and people are rebelling now because
there you go.
They're sending pictures of like this bullshit.
Well, like
merchandise.
I saw this thing where it was like a TikTok trend of people at Disney World. They'll pick something off the rack and they go like, "I'll buy this if it's less than $35." And then they look at the tag.
It's like $72.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, $47.99."
Yeah,
and so it was like this just barrage of content of like, wow, Disney's a ripoff.
She's just basically white labeling. Like she's like taking an Amazon hairbrush that's like a $5 Amazon hairbrush, and she's taking like 3D printing Life of a Showgirl, her new thing, in the shape of the hairbrush. And she's gluing it on the back and sending it out for $40. And so people are like literally like it showed up like this, and it's like the glue is just like one little thing of glue, and like the two pieces are here, like like that, like literally, like
it's like
okay, it's just a money grab at this point. So like I'm a little jaded. Like I've got game recognized game. Like I've got a respect for like her strategy, but she is exploiting.
Yes, well that's why I love. That's why I love pro wrestling.
Yeah,
you know.
But pro wrestling doesn't do like, hey, countdown for the next 20 minutes. You can buy this limited edition, whatever. Yeah. And like all the kids go crazy and they spend all their money and they're like, oh, here's 9 other versions of the exact same album, but it's got different art, or it's got a recording at the end of like me doing it in my bedroom.
Yeah,
right. And so
singing
like
in the bathroom,
like, this little pieces of value that are just. And you have to rebuy the album. So we've got kids with like 10 or 15 versions of an album.
They will age out of that though.
I mean. I hope so. My wife still wants to buy. She's 30.
Fair enough.
I think they're recognized. There will be some sort of rebellion against
like the boy bands and all that stuff. It's like you would have a window of whatever that is, like prepubescent to like you know 18 or whatever. Maybe if you're lucky. But
that's how she hits like most sold albums of all time. Right, I released 4 versions right out the gate. And I keep releasing more, and so like, I sold more than Thriller because everybody owns 3 versions of my.
And like in today's world, that doesn't count. You know, where it's like there's so many revenue streams and all that. Where like Michael Jackson actually had to go make the record and then go out, and in reality, if it wasn't for MTV, he wouldn't have sold Thriller.
Yeah,
you know,
fair enough.
And
it wasn't for music videos in general.
Yeah. Where and like there, it's like the whatever. Possible, weirdness aside with Michael Jackson, I mean, he was like a singular talent. I mean, it was like he was and like
from the Jackson 5,
right, right. And I would venture to say that Taylor Swift is not that. Taylor Swift is a massively popular product, and she has maneuvered deftly through every aspect of marketing and media.
Yeah, brilliantly.
Yes. And like you would have Elvis, Michael Jackson, and then maybe like a gap in there where like you would have like the Madonnas and the Princes that were like 1B, of that level. And then now you have Taylor Swift in this era of just ubiquitous. There's shit everywhere. There's content 24/7 because like there's nothing mysterious about her.
It's insane, but it's content 24/7. There's so much out there, but I can't walk into a Target without hearing a Taylor Swift song, and it's amazing.
Now she has the benefit of living in the 21st century where like everything has been commodified, where Michael Jackson didn't have a satellite music service beamed in to a Target that is going to play his, he was maybe hoping to get BMI royalties on the back end of something somewhere. Yeah. He had to sell physical albums. Like you had to go to the store and get it. You couldn't just like you're 13 and you put it on your phone. Yeah. And like, mom's card gets hit for like $7, once a month. But it's interesting. And like, hey, kudos to her, you know, like as far as like the stadium tours and all that stuff. Because it's like, I can remember the days of like the Bruce Springsteen stadium tours in like the 80s where it was like, well, I don't want to go, but like, hey, Mazel Tov, like doing the thing. Yeah. I was always much more, I needed stuff to where I wanted to kick holes in the sheetrock.
Yeah. I love the fact that the model has shifted to where like, you have to go entertain to make the money because I like going to concerts. I like seeing live shows. I like seeing performers. Yeah, and I enjoy that. I think that the whole system is broken with like Live Nation, Ticketmaster.
Oh yeah, that's been ridiculous.
I'm a season ticket holder for the Cowboys, so like I firsthand experience on what they're on the fees.
What is the Cowboys? What is a single game ticket now?
I sold my Kansas City Chiefs ticket yesterday for $1,000 a piece. $1,000.
And what's the face value?
We paid $350.
Damn. Are they good seats? Okay.
13th row.
Okay, that's
goal line. Goal line, 13th row.
Okay.
We have 6 of them. But the usual average probably $500 to $600 a piece. We have so this is all to pull back the kimono. We have an LLC that we give away multiple sets of tickets to charities, and then we sell the rest, and we try to break even every year.
Oh, there you go.
So that's the goal. So the Humane Society gets some tickets. There's a local community organization that gets some tickets that auctions them off, and so
so for their fundraisers,
it's all fundraiser. Cool. Yeah. So the goal is to break even. Sometimes if there's like some leftover, we get to go to like a Thanksgiving game. This year, we're going to give away 2 tickets to a friend that doesn't know yet. So I'll keep that quiet in case they're watching.
Keep a lid on it.
Yeah, but but when the tickets sell, like Green Bay Packers, like through the roof, Kansas City Chiefs because of Taylor Swift, through the roof, and we use that profit to fund the charity.
Oh, there you go.
So,
right on.
So yeah, the goal is not to make money, but it is a racket.
It's ridiculous
on
even now
all of it.
I'm trying to get Cruz to let go of the Cowboys. It's like, dude, it is a lost cause.
Yeah.
You know, to be emotionally invested in it.
Yeah. We're not emotionally invested. I'm emotionally invested in the sense that I need the Cowboys to be good. I need the Cowboys to be interesting.
Yeah, well, they'll always
it
be.
It is such a corporate environment at AT&T Stadium. It's so quiet and like it's just. I don't love it compared to going to games at like M&T Bank where like the Ravens play and it's just a madhouse, right?
Well, like the old Texas Stadium.
Yeah, old Texas Stadium still. And so like this has introduced a different type of fan you're kind of going for the.
Yes, it's almost I'm just there to like say I was there.
Yeah, and like I just hate the fact that like the average football fan can't go watch a game anymore.
No,
you literally
like,
can't. Or you can go maybe one, and it's like going to Disney World for like taking you and your kids.
Or you get to stand up in the where we went and had barbecue.
Yeah,
like that.
Oh yeah, the standing room all like in what? Texas Live.
Like
or something
I'm gonna go stand up and watch it on TV.
Mm-hmm. There's You can buy standing room only tickets to AT&T Stadium. Jerry will for $40.
Yes,
he'll let you through the door, and you can buy his $18 margaritas.
Ridiculous! Yeah. Oh my god! Like I'm so glad. Tony Romo's next to last season was the last time I had any like I have no like I even texted Cruz last night. I'm on the elliptical and I turn on Alexa, turn on the TV and it's Thursday Night Football and it was Joe Flacco versus Aaron Rodgers, Steelers and Bengals, and I'm like, what the?
Which is like a 10 years ago game, right?
I'm like,
it would have been a Packers Ravens, right?
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah,
and it's like two guys over 40 playing each other, and it's like, this is insanity, But yet here we are.
Interesting. Yeah, Joe Flacco's like third stringer right now for the.
Yeah, he was playing last night, and then Aaron Rodgers, I guess,
Burrow got turf toe, and then the other guy, I forget who he was. So like, I love Flacco, man, because I lived in Baltimore when
they
Flacco
won the Super Bowl.
I wasn't there then. I was in Baltimore from like 2009 to 2014, I think, like somewhere around there, and Joe Flacco was the guy. Hi, I'm Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
He used to always do these, like, he was so dry. He was young and dry. And so he'd do these pizza commercials. Oh. And I remember Flacco's favorite because he'd just be like, hi, I'm Joe Flacco. And when after a hard game, I like Flacco's favorite. And like he would just do like a picture of Flacco's favorite. And
now you're going to have to YouTube the Von Erichs at Pizza Inn.
Okay.
From the 80s.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I think did they do that on the documentary? Did they play that?
Probably.
I remember something.
Yeah.
Have you watched that Von Erich documentary?
Yeah.
Okay. Very, very interesting. I know nothing about wrestling, so that was just like eye-opening.
Oh, dude, they were like rock stars.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
And but yeah,
and they're out of Garland, where I was like, right?
Well, no, they were at
Garland,
Lake Dallas.
Lake Dallas. That's where it was.
Basically Denton.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, but the thing is, like that Pizza Inn commercial, it's like 3 wooden cardboard cutouts talking about pizza. It's like oddly, actually, strangely apropos for the Pizza Inn pizza. Where it's like it's also
cardboard.
And cardboard.
That's funny.
Yes. Well, dude, we went all the way around the bar.
Oh yeah, geez. Okay, it's 9:50. Yeah, we talked for a while.
Right on, brother.
Good to see you.
Cool.
Happy Friday, guys.
Yes.